Hey math people, in this problem you're asked to figure out what's the absolute value of the difference of a bunch of variables, c minus b. So all we're told, and this is useful, is that c is less than b. So if you think about what's going to happen if c is less than b and then you do c minus b, are you going to get a positive or a negative number? Well, you can use number examples in here if you want. You could say, okay, c equals 5, b equals 7, right? That's fine. And then try to think about what's going to happen here if I do 5 minus 7. Well, 5 minus 7 is a negative number, but then I take the absolute value of it, and I get a positive. Okay, so I'm looking for some positive number as a result. Now, a word about what's going on with these things here. If you take a look at all these options, you can try to imagine how they got produced. This one looks like absolute value of c plus the absolute value of negative b. That's not how absolute value symbols work. You don't just distribute the absolute value sign. That would give you something very different, right? That would give you absolute value of 5 plus absolute value of negative 7, right? That would be 12. That would not be 2. So that one's clearly no good. And you can do a similar process where you go through a bunch of these and you just rule them out. Okay? I want to go over an algebra method of doing this. You can use the numbers if you like. That's a fine way to do it. But I would think about it this way. The absolute value of c minus b is equivalent to the following. Negative b minus c. See what I did there? I just factored out a negative as a greatest common factor. It's like I divided both c and negative b by a negative and pulled it outside the parentheses. Now, absolute value's job is to get rid of negative multipliers. So this one would be equal to b minus c, which I know is a positive number because c is less than b. So which one of these things over here is equivalent to b minus c? You'll see there's only one. It doesn't quite look like b minus c, but it's this guy right here. If you distribute that negative sign, right, this negative sign right there, that one I'm talking about. If you distribute that negative sign, you'll see this is negative c plus b, which is just the same as b minus c. It's written in a kind of funny way.